Very, very unexpected news dropped. I think a bunch of people are talking about this. This is the first one I saw. We got an unexpected One Piece Season 2 update. Filming is currently midway, which, by the way, I thought it would be a lot further than midway. But I guess, yeah, midway. And the creator of the manga and executive producer shared his thoughts on a new visit to the set. Let's read through this. So this is the full Oda message right here by Pewpiece. I went to South Africa. Cape Town is where the Netflix live-action show is being filmed. I got to see firsthand the hard work of so many crew members across various fields. The sets? Huge! I mean, they kind of have to be because, you know, giants. So, they kind of have to be huge. The attention to detail? Insane. That is true. The crew's love for the project? Off the charts. And the food? Amazing. Now I feel an even greater sense of responsibility given my role. I also managed to speak with not only the returning cast from Season 1, but also each... I wonder if some of the returning cast, because I think, like, Iñaki was talking about learning Japanese. I wonder if they're actually talking in Japanese or they have, like, an interpreter. They probably do. It must still be kind of surreal, though. From Season 1, but I also catch each of the new cast members. My own casting selections were made from Japan over photos and videos, but seeing them all in person convinced me. Which, by the way, yes, this is what, like... A lot of the casting that people had problems with, all of it has been signed off by Oda. So, if you don't like it, just know that Oda disagrees with you. They were absolutely the perfect choice. I'm happy to hear that. The vibe on set was just the best too. Trust me, this is going to surpass Season 1. Stay tuned for Season 2. Signed, Eiichiro Oda. Now, I think the vibes here are really, really great. Because if you remember what I said with Season 1. With Season 1, I said, number one, Japanese culture is very positive all across the board, right? Like, they're going to be excited about whatever. It's going to be, of course, we're making a live-action One Piece. Oda would be positive, right? Because it's just his work coming to life. So that is number one. And number two, it makes sense to promote your thing. So I, with Season 1, was not convinced. I was not. I said, okay, we'll take a look at it. We'll see what happens. And then more and more things came out, and the Oda message came out. And I think the biggest thing for me was still, I don't remember who it was, but there was a, like one of these Oda message thingies, and they were talking about understanding Oda's intent. And that's when I was like, okay, I think we have something here. And then Oda said that the Nami scene would be perfect, and it was. So now with Season 2, if Oda says Season 2 is going to be better than Season 1, you know what? Yeah. And to be fair, like with Season 2, I also think, like, just based on the fact that it's Season 2, he's probably going to be better because they know what they're doing now. Why his message is always crowned with 100 text colors, my eyes hurt. I think that's just his vibe. He just likes doing it. This one does seem to just have like a gradient going over it, but sometimes he actually does like different colors. Oh, but this is translated. This is not actually his message. So yeah, the original probably was just a mix of colors. Yeah. You need to push to be in the next Reverie? I am 100% down to be in the next Reverie. If someone wants me over there, I'll happily join. Let's read through this though. So this is new behind the scenes stuff, right? Obviously, in all of these things, Oda will be censored with his little fish man, which makes sense. Unexpected announcement, great. The new behind-the-scenes pics all featured Oda-sensei, who keeps his identity secrets as best as he can, which Netflix has honored by replacing his face with the iconic black and white fish picture he's synonymous with. This is something that I've started doing as well, because there are a few Oda pictures that have been floated around, but I generally just try to use the little fish dude, because if that's what he wants, you know, makes sense. Or perhaps that is his face. The creator of One Piece also wrote down his thoughts post-visit in a note. We already read this. Filming for Season 2 is currently midway through, and there's no release date yet for the next batch of episodes. Cameras are continuing to roll. I am still, by the way, coping that maybe the reason why they're only halfway through is because they're filming more, because they're going to have more episodes. That's what I'm coping about. I just want more episodes. That's all I want. Same story, just give them more episodes. Budget of around 18 million per episode through January. Oh, so they don't have a lot left. Okay, I guess I just got the timeline mixed up in my mind. So they're only filming through to January 31st. Well, they're probably going to do a few reshoots along the way, right? Just like small things. Some have predicted that all the new episodes will arrive in late 2025, but some people have attached to the show list on their profiles that a 2026 release could be more likely. I think it's probably going to be 2026, just based on prior Netflix, like, shooting thingies. At the same time, I don't know how much VFX they're using in Season 2, so that's also going to depend. We'll talk about Oda's little health scare as well, yeah. Either way, we'll keep you posted. Great. We already know a lot about Season 2. We do. A lot of the casting has already been released, where the story is heading next, and what to expect. The last major update we got through was Geek Tweak. Yes, we watched this as well. And these are the pictures. And these pictures have a little goof. So this is Oda just, you know, chilling, vibing. They seem to be recording something as well. So maybe there's also going to be like a bit of an interview thing. Maybe not. I don't know. This picture we'll leave for last, right? Just look at Oda, just chilling, having a good time. This is one of the sets, by the way, we saw. This is Logtown, I believe. So he's just chilling, walking through the gates, getting the red carpet. Executive producer, Eiichiro Oda. Very cool to see. Very cool to see. We got him chilling in this. This is probably the ship's kitchen, right? Probably. I'm pretty sure it is. It seems recognizable. This, people were breaking down what this could be. This could... I just saw that in the corner of my eye. This is probably Wapal's castle, because this is Wapal's devil fruit. That's what people are guessing, that this might be some sort of like a deal where they sit around a table and maybe eat something, and that it's Wapal, because there's also like a hippo right here, right? So I don't know. I think it's something to do with Wapal. Also, we can look at the dates, right? We know they're lying to us. This happened a long time ago already, and they're only releasing it now. Why are they only releasing it now? Almost as if there was a marketing campaign underway. Maybe. Okay, those are my conspiracies. And here he is with Vivi and Robin. Very nice. Very nice. Now, there is a funny little thing here, right? Because a lot of people were memeing about the fact that if you look at his drip right here, and if you look at his drip, I found it. Yes. Okay, we got it. So, if you look at his drip, when he went to the live action screening, this is, by the way, when no one knew he was there. He was literally among people watching the show and no one knew he was there, which is very funny. But if you look at his drip right here, and then you look at his drip right here. Now, a lot of people were memeing about the fact that Oda might be a Koroto enjoyer, you know, because I only wear one shirt on stream, right? So this is just what we do. But smarter people than me noticed this. I think Volume 1 tweeted about the right. So this little bag is 2.5k. And Oda is just, you know, just dripped out a little bit. I don't know if this is supposed to be like his Luffy drip, you know, with the little shorts. Or he's just flexing with a Prada bag. 2.5k. This is wild to me. But yeah, the health scare thing, apparently people might have just overreacted a little bit. It does seem like it wasn't anything like that pressing, and they just took precautions just in case, right? Based on everything that I've read, everything that I've seen. Because initially I was like, it was so sudden that I was actually like, they might not be saying anything because they don't want people to like start a panic or something, and that there might actually be something really, really bad. But it doesn't seem like it. It does seem like it was just a thing that he might have caught along the way. Because, I mean, traveling across the entire world, basically, I mean, statistically, you're probably going to catch a cold of some sort, you know? And considering how many people has been around, you know? But yeah, the biggest thing for me is that Oda is actually just 100% in on this, and he's just happy to be along for the ride. This is marketing. Like, of course it is. There is a lot of fluff here, but I trust the team at this point. I fully trust the team, and they haven't really given me a single reason to doubt what they're cooking up. Of course, there were things in Season 1 that I wish they would have done much differently, but that was Season 1, you know? That was their first stab at what that might even look like. With Season 2, the ball's in their court. He got that casual but also high-end drip. Yes. Yes. I love this though. Where is it? This right here. It's insane to me. This is like one of those things that I will never understand, by the way. If you gave me an infinite amount of money, I would never buy a bag for $2,000. Like, straight up. It's just one thing that does not compute in my brain. I don't know why. I would never buy it. It just seems like a waste of money. Marketing must be nice looking at you. Netflix Avatar? Yes. Yes. I don't know what's going on with the Netflix Avatar thing. I think they're a little bit behind schedule. So, not even behind schedule, but behind schedule in terms of, like, shooting against One Piece, right? So they started later. Maybe there's not a lot to show yet. But I don't know. I don't know. There was a pretty big restructuring, right? Because One Piece... The thing I think One Piece... Like, basically, one of the biggest W's I think One Piece took is right here. They are building sets and they're using practical things, right? They built the Baratier ship. They built the Going Merry ship. All of these things are physical spaces that they can use and they can leverage to the fullest extent without needing 3 months of VFX to make it look good, right? They just literally built it. Whereas Avatar, they did so much on the volume, and now people realize they don't like the volume. And for Season 2, they're changing it completely. Like, most of Season 2 will be on practical locations and sets. So, they're kind of stumped, right? Because they suddenly need to change the way costumes probably look, because color grading is going to be different. They need to change the way they even shoot scenes. They need to probably change a lot of logistics about how things are done. There was a huge restructuring. With One Piece, though, Season 1... was the hardest it will probably ever be in terms of getting the ball rolling. Now, with One Piece, we've talked about this before. It will get harder. It's not a case of you needed to get, you needed to put these things into motion, and then it's just smooth sailing. No. It's going to get a lot harder. But in terms of Season 1 to Season 2, I do think it's going to be easier. Just because they've already done so much of the like, heavy work right up front. How they'll shoot out of order because Book 2 has most changes in characters' appearance, both world and IRL. Yes, yes. I mean, shooting out of order is always one of those things that is very tricky, right? In terms of just like showing your characters. In One Piece, there isn't really any notable character that has like big like changes in terms of facial hair or something that is going to take like months, right? So you can't really do like weird flashbacks of any kind where like, this guy needs to be clean-shaven, but then he needs to be, like, with a full beard, and then he needs to be clean-shaven again. It's kind of hard to do, right? One Piece doesn't really have that. So I think they do have a bit more leeway in terms of shooting out of order. It's going to be hard, you know? There's definitely going to be a few practical issues that they need to rule out. After Season 1, the budget is bigger. I mean, I don't know how much to trust this figure, right? The 18 million? I don't know. 18 million, that works out to be like, what, roughly 150, 160? Something like that? 18, let's say they have 8 episodes. That's 144. I don't know if that's true or not. I've got no idea. This looks like a really, really cool, cool set, though. I don't know what the background is supposed to be, though. This might actually be one of the... Wait, isn't this one of the dudes? Hold up. This might just be a random dude in Drum Island. I thought this might be this guy, but I don't think so, because... I think his clothes are, like, much more distinct. I think this is just a random dude. That's basically the update. I'm happy to hear more from them and what's going on. Like, and I think this is one of the things that they're doing really, really well, is just keeping people in the loop, you know? And telling people that Oda is overseeing all of this. I know there's a bunch of, like, people being weird about the fact that, like, Oda is focusing more on live action. But, like, the most concise way I would put it is that this will benefit the manga, right? Because when people want to be creative and they do creative things, you can't force people to do what you want. It's just not how it works. Like, literally. I get people, even if you don't care about live action, just let the dude do whatever he wants to do. And you will get a better product. Otherwise, it's gonna be like, I've seen what this does. I've written videos that I don't want to write, and I never like them. Now, some of them, admittedly, have done better than I wanted them to. But there have been a few videos where I'm pushing myself through them, and I don't think it's just as good. So let the man cook. And I will talk about this in the Egghead video as well. I do think with the manga, there is a now, I don't know if I want to call it an issue, but I feel like the manga right now, it has so many moving pieces and it is so complex that Oda might genuinely need more time just to think things through. Because there are like so many pieces that are interacting with one another, and it's not like character A does one action and character B exists in a vacuum. No, these things need to connect. Problem is, there is character A, B, C, D, E, F, G, yada, 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 right? There are hundreds of them, and every single one of those pieces need to interact with one another, and it's insane. Egghead was a very good example of that. And maybe now that Oda is returning to like Drum Kingdom and Little Garden, maybe Oda's like, you know what? What about them giants? What about them giants? So I do think he's also getting inspiration. Like he said, I don't know how true this is. I saw people talking, because he talked about Zoro. I know for a fact that he said that Makenyu is basically his Zoro now, right? We talked about this a few months ago. It happens a lot with a lot of producers, right? It happened with Robert Kirkman and Glenn as well. But I saw people saying that, this is spoilers, I guess. This is spoilers for the most recent manga stuff. This is very recent. So, warning. But Robin might have gotten the haircut because of this. That makes a lot of sense in my brain. It does. Because it's a very small thing that could have been written in after, like, big things were already planned. So, I don't know. Want to dictate other people's creative outlet? Wow, that's like saying GRM should focus on Winds of Winter instead of the TV show. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think people who have never made something will never understand it, right? And that's like one of the sad things about it, because there are things you want to do, right? Like, there are projects that I've started and I want to work on them, but I literally can't. Maybe there are some people who can push through that, you know, like writer's block and yada yada. Maybe there are people who can do that, but I think generally speaking, you should just let people do stuff in their own time. And with Oda, I feel like that is particularly true. Like, he's been doing it for this long, and getting like a fresh thing to think about, to work on, that's a good thing all across the board. Yeah, there is a big hippo right here, yeah. This is definitely Wapal's thing, yeah. Right there. It's a big hippo. I think it has a hat on, which is very interesting. That's not the hippo. Yes, it is. What do you mean? He's right there. What am I looking at? Oh, you mean that? Yeah, that is another hippo. Yeah, that is another hippo. Yes. Like, the entire wall is another hippo. Yes. Yes. There is another hippo. I just don't know why the hippo, because I was looking at this, like, pattern, right? I was confused by this pattern, by the little triangles. But this is absolutely, yes, that is a hippo. That's a hippo's mouth. But there's a hippo right here on the table as well. One Piece Season 2, Avatar Season 2, and the Aang animated movie all come out in 2026. I'll simply disintegrate. I mean, we have to make it to 2026 first. You know, that's gonna be hard. But yeah, 2026 is looking like a really, really stacked year for all kinds of entertainment. And, like, keep in mind, when Avatar gets rolling, there's gonna be so much stuff coming out, it's gonna be insane.